All right, let's get started. So I hope you're all doing well in your respective homes this morning. It's pretty chilly, so I wanted to get started straight away with a little bit of building heat. So let's get started on the back. Lay down, feet hip distance apart, knees bent, and interlace your fingers behind the back of the head. Oh, by the way, I've got two blocks with me, but that's not necessary for the class. If you've got any props handy, feel free to grab them, but you won't need them necessarily. Okay, so lay down, find a neutral spine, and then inhale, turn the T-zone on. And exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, reach your arms forward, tuck the chin in. As you exhale, lift the shoulders a little higher. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the head. And exhale, lower the shoulders and the chest back down. Inhale here. We'll do that again. Exhale, compress, lift the chest. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, lift the shoulders just a little bit higher. Inhale, interlace the hands back behind the head. And exhale, lower. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale, lift the shoulders. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, interlace the fingers. And exhale to lower. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, extend arms. Exhale, reach, lift the chest higher. Inhale, interlace the fingers. And exhale, lower. Last one, take an in-breath. Exhale, lift the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, lift a little higher. Inhale, arms behind the head. And exhale to lower. Okay, warming up that core, feeling a little bit of heat build. Let's continue. Imprint the base of the spine and bring your legs into tabletop so that the knees are directly above the hips. There they go. On your next inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, extend your left leg long, hover the heel just an inch away from the mat. Inhale, lift the chest a little higher. Then exhale, the left arm reaches for the outside of the right thigh. Palm of the hand faces away from you. Inhale, press the forearm against the thigh and the thigh against the forearm. And then reach your right hand and place the right hand onto the left hand. Inhale, lift the right shoulder a little bit higher off the mat. Really feel that leverage between the thigh and the forearm. And then inhale, take the hands behind the head, square the chest and lower down, legs back to tabletop. Okay, stay for the in-breath. And we'll go again. Exhale, lift the chest up. Inhale, extend your right leg long, heel hovers off the mat. On your exhale, take your right arm and press it against your left thigh. Press the thigh against the arm against the thigh. And then reach your left hand and bring it onto the right hand. Really squeeze the palms together and the forearm against the thigh. Stay for another breath. And then inhale, hands behind the head, square the shoulders, knees to tabletop, legs down. Okay, that's enough. Hug your knees in towards the chest. And start to rock the spine side to side. Okay. And then you can make little circles with the knees, moving the circles in one direction and moving the circles the other way. So nice, guys. And take the hands behind the backs of the thighs and gently start to rock up and down the spine. Rock up and down a few times. And then cross the ankles and make your way over into your tabletop position, hands and knees. So just checking that the wrists are below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. Start with the toes tucked. When you inhale, you can lower the belly, arch the spine, gaze up. And when you exhale, flatten the feet, press the earth away, round the spine, tuck the chin, gaze between the knees. Let's do that again. Inhale, tuck the toes, lower the belly, arch the spine, gaze forward. And exhale, flatten the feet, press the earth away, round. Take 2 more rounds of cat-cow on your own. Start to use your breath. Feeling the spine warm up. Feeling that connection with breath and movement. And then the next time you inhale, arch the spine, tuck the toes. Look in between your hands and just take your hands a handprint in front of your shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Keep the gaze in between the thumbs and then press into the feet and hover the knees just an inch away from the mat. Hug the thighs towards each other like you're squeezing an imaginary block or ball between your thighs, abductors on. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more in-breath here. And then use your exhale to press the hips up and back to find downward facing dog. Cool, guys, warming up nicely. First dog for the day for most of us. So you can just walk your doggy out, bend one leg at a time, and then the other. And then bring your knees to a symmetrical point. They don't need to be straight, but in line with each other. A baby bend can be really useful to help lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin so the gaze is between the knees. Press your heels towards the mat and sink your chest towards your thighs. Downward facing dog. 3 more breaths here. So with each breath, can you deepen further your chest towards your thighs? And almost as you're building heat, find a relaxation into this pose. Okay, on your next inhale, we'll roll forward towards high plank. So inhale, come up onto the tips of the toes. Bring the shoulders forward in front of the wrists. Now there's an option to lower the knees here. We're going to come down into one push-up. So as you exhale, you bend the elbows, come down halfway, and then inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest back up. And everyone can lower the knees and sink the hips back towards child's pose. Okay, on your next inhale, pressing back up onto your hands and knees. Tabletop position, equal weight between both hands and both feet. From here, you will extend the right arm forward, reach the fingertips forward, palm faces inwards, and then take the left leg back. Now just adjust yourself. I often need to drop my left hip down so that I'm not sinking into the right side. We'll reach the fingertips forward, reach the toes back. Stay for another in-breath, nice and stable, equal weight between the left hand and the right knee. And then flex your left toes and really slowly with control, bring your left heel towards your left butt. So nice. And then from here, you can sweep your right hand back and reach for the inside of the left foot. Now just square off again, bring weight back into the left hand and suck the core towards the navel, or the navel towards the spine, sorry. Flex the foot, bring the heel towards the butt, and then press the foot into the hand and lift the foot only slightly, really slightly bow through the back. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, extend the arm forward, the leg back. Now you'll take the left foot out towards the left and the right hand out towards the right so that there's a straight line between the right palm, the right knee, and the left foot. Bend your left elbow, reach your left elbow up towards the ceiling, and then extend that hand up towards the ceiling. Gaze up towards your top hand, and then when you exhale, you can take that left hand over the ear, the tricep over the ear, and bow the body. So you're coming into like a nice extended side gate, really feeling into the length of the left side body. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. One more full breath. And then use your inhale to lower the left arm down. Walk both hands forward. Keep the legs as they are, but just walk the fingertips towards the front of the mat and slightly wider than shoulder width apart. And then just start to sink the forearms, the chest and the chin towards the mat. They don't necessarily need to touch. We're just still warming up. Okay, one more full breath like this. And then use your next inhale to bring your hands underneath the shoulders, lift the chest. Extend the left leg back nice and long. Careful of any props behind you. And then exhale, come down onto your hands and knees. Okay, let's rinse this out with a supported vinyasa. So take your hands, a handprint in front of the shoulders, and then lean forward into a half plank or supported plank. We're going to come down like a wave. Hug the elbows in towards the ribs. As you exhale and lower down, thighs touch the mat. Then the hips. Oh no, the chest. And then the chin. Okay, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Drag your hands so they're framing the ribs, and inhale, peel the chest up into your baby cobra. And exhale to lower back down. Okay, so nice, guys. Inhale, press back up into your tabletop position. I took my puppy for a big play this morning, but he's still got a lot of energy, so forgive the cameos in the video. Okay, so this time we will extend the left arm forward and the right leg back. Okay, so tuck your navel towards the spine and drop the right hip down so that there's equal weight between the right hand and the left knee. Reach the left fingertip forward, reach the right toes back, and then slowly flex the right foot and bring the heel in towards the right butt. Really slowly so you feel the hamstring engage. And then you can sweep the left hand back, sweep it behind you. Take hold of the inside of the foot and re-square yourself so there's equal weight between the grounded hand and foot. Then bring the heel towards the butt, flex the foot, and kick the foot into the hand and really, really lightly bow the body. That's it. One more full breath here. And then use your inhale to take your left hand over to the left, the right foot over to the right, straight line between the palm, the knee, and the foot extended. The right elbow will reach up towards the ceiling, and then the fingertips will reach up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you can exhale, flip the palm to face over the head and reach the tricep over the ear. A nice bow through the right side of the body. Both hips high, and just for a moment, find so much length through that side body. Breathe into that space. And then look down, and on your inhale, you can walk both hands forward. Legs stay as they are as you reach your hands out in front, wider than the shoulder distance apart, as wide as the mat. And then exhale, start to sink your forearms, your chest, your chin towards the mat in that direction, not necessarily touching. One more breath like this. And then use your inhale to walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Extend the right leg back behind you. And exhale, lower knee down onto the mat. Supported vinyasa, walk your hands forward. Inhale, shoulders in front of the wrist. Turn your ribs towards your hips. And then exhale, bend the elbows and come down, thighs, hips. It's like a wave through the spine, belly, ribs, chest, then chin. Okay, press into the tops of the feet as you inhale, peel up to your baby cobra, maybe a slightly higher, a little bit less weight on the hands. And then exhale to come back down. Inhale, press back to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes and exhale, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths in your down dog and start to feel how your body is warming up. Press into the hands, straighten the arms and draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Length through the back body, length through the back of the legs. One more full breath here. And then we'll take a little press walk to our to meet our feet at our hands. Look forward in between the thumbs. And then come up onto the tips of the toes and really slowly tiptoe your toes towards your hands, keeping the legs And the arms as straight as you can, picking the femur bone up into the hip socket so the hips become so high over the wrists. Bend the knees as soon as you need. And then when you reach the top of the mat, you can inhale and halfway lift. Find a long spine, flat back. And then exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Take your hands and bring them behind the calves. You can keep a gentle bend in the knees, but tuck the chin. Bring the weight into the big toes. And it's like you're bringing your hips above your ankles and finding length through the back of the legs. Let's just stay here for an extra breath or two to try and warm up through the back of the legs. Maybe it's just me that I wake up with tight hamstrings in this cold weather. 2 more breaths. And then 1 more breath. Okay, you can release the hands and just inch the feet to touch each other so that the big toe side of the feet are glued together. We're going to press into Utkatasana, so you can bend the knees, reach the arms forward and up. And then exhale, cactus the arms and sink the hips a little lower. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. And exhale, fold forward. Swan dive down. Inhale to halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold. I'm going to pick my right foot up and send it all the way to the back of the mat and lower the right knee down onto the mat, bend through the left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up to find your supported crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades down and towards each other. And then inhale, navel towards spine, reach the arms up, extended high. On your next exhale, the right arm will come forward, the left arm will come back, and you'll twist towards the left. And then use your inhale to take a reverse twist so the left hand reaches towards the back of the right thigh. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, cartwheel the arms forward. Cartwheel both hands forward to frame the front foot. And pick the back knee off the mat. And as you exhale, you can start to straighten through the front leg, come towards a pyramid pose. We're going to flow like this 2 more times. So inhale, bend through the left knee. Low runner's lunge, and then exhale as you straighten through the front leg. It doesn't need to come all the way to straight. We're still working through the back of those thighs. So inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. This time we'll hold for just a few breaths. So if you've got blocks, you can use blocks underneath your hands. I just walk my fingertips underneath the shoulders, so slightly closer towards myself, and draw the left hip back in space, maintaining a long spine as I tuck the chin and look just in front of my left big toe. 1 more breath here. And then use your next inhale to deeply bend through the left knee. We're coming to side plank or supported side plank on the right hand. So the right hand comes down onto the mat. You can drag your left foot a third of the way down the mat and come to turn all 10 toes towards the left side. Now stay here using your left leg as a little support, or you can pick the left foot up and stack it on top of the right foot and come into full side plank. Wherever you are, lift both hips towards the ceiling. Both hips are stacked, or the top hip stacked above the bottom hip. And we're going to hold for 3, for 2. Challenge yourself to look at the top hand for balance for the last breath in. And then exhale, you can bring the left hand down. We're going to flow through a vinyasa. So option again to lower the knees and flow through supported, or come with me through full chaturanga. Inhale, bring the shoulders in front of the wrists. Exhale, lower down halfway. You bend the elbows and then roll over the toes. Keep the thighs engaged. Press the chest forward. Up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Okay, take a full breath in your downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, the right heel lifts towards the ceiling. You come up onto the tips of the left toes. Exhale as you squeeze your right thigh towards the ribs. Keep the height in the hips. And then look between the thumbs and lightly step the right foot forward in between the hands. The left knee lowers down onto the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, crescent lunge. Exhale to cactus the arms, sternum bone back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, extend the arms high. And then exhale, twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, you might reverse your twist by bringing the right hand towards the back of the left thigh, conscious of your lower back. And then inhale, both arms forward and down. Pick the back knee up off the mat. And then as you exhale, straighten through the front leg. We flow like this. Inhale, we bend the right knee. Exhale, we straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll go one more time to flow, so use your breath. And then when you've got your legs straight, we'll come into half pyramid, so just walk your fingertips underneath the shoulders. I'll come up onto the tips of the fingers to find more height and length through the back and draw the right hip back in space. So nice, guys. One more full breath here. And then on your next inhale, bend through the front knee, walk your fingertips forward and really lightly step the back foot forward so the left foot meets the right foot. And you can fold. Big toes, inner seams of the feet touch. As you inhale, bend the knees and reach the arms forward and up. And exhale as you cactus the arm. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. And exhale, fold forward. Same but a little different. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time the right leg steps all the way back. Now the left leg steps all the way back. Left leg steps back, right leg forward. Now you deeply bend the left knee, but don't let it touch the mat. So there's a right angle bend through the front knee and the back knee as you reach the arms forward and up and find your crescent lunge at a right angle through both knees. Exhale, cactus the arm. Inhale, straighten the arms. And then on the exhale, the left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Now listen up. If you're reversing, the right hand will reach for the back of the left thigh. Left arm reaches up and then press the left leg into the right hand so you start to straighten through the back leg. And then inhale, sweep both arms forward and up. Exhale, fold forward, straighten through the right leg. Inhale, extend the spine. And exhale, fold forward. Okay, we're coming into side plank on the left side. So inhale as you deeply bend through the right knee. Plant the left hand down just slightly in front of the left shoulder. Drag your right foot down halfway or come all the way into full half plank, stacking the right foot on top of the left foot. Press the right hand up towards the ceiling. Hips are stacked and hips are high. We're going to hold for 3. For 2, challenge the balance by looking up at your top hand. And for 1, as you exhale, you can lower the right hand down with control, come into a high plank. Optional vinyasa or skip it and go straight back to downward facing dog. So inhale, bring the shoulders in front of the wrists. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, roll over the toes, up facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Let's stay for a full round of breath. Oh, I just lost my headphones. Stay for a full round of breath in your downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, you'll lift the left heel towards the ceiling. The left heel lifts. Come up onto the tips of the right toes. And as you exhale, bring your thigh towards the ribs. Keep the hips really high as you look forward and lightly place the left foot in between the hands. Okay, the back knee, the right knee bends deeply. Both knees are at a right angle and you sweep the arms forward and up. And then exhale, you cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms, extend up. And exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Now, if you're reversing, you reach your left hand towards the right thigh The right arm reaches up, and then you press the back of the right leg into the hand and straighten. One more full breath here. And then use your exhale to cartwheel the hands down either side of the front foot and straighten through the front leg. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine, and exhale, fold just a little deeper. Okay, use your inhale to bend through the right knee, and exhale, lightly steps the right foot forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, sink the hips lower as you cactus the arms. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs, extend up. And exhale, release the hands beside you and come to Tadasana. So wherever you are, I'm going to invite you now to close down your eyes. And feel the breath in your body. Feel in this position of relative stillness. Feel where the movement exists within you. And the pulse. The heartbeat and the energy that you're creating by moving all of this prana around. So nice. Take one more full breath. And then gently open the eyes. Okay, so if you've crept back off the top of your mat, just make your way forward. We're going to extend the arms long out beside you, horizontal like a T, and then wrap the right arm underneath the left arm. So cross at the elbows. Option one is just to catch opposite elbows. See me. Catch opposite elbows, or if you're going for the full Garandasana bind, you can press the palms together, cross at the forearms as well. So wherever you are, press your elbows up and try and spread the space between your shoulder blades. And if you've got the full bind, lift your elbows up and you can just really lightly move your elbows from side to side. Okay. And now bring your weight, keep the arms as they are, but bring your weight into the right foot. Come up onto the tips of the left toes and draw your left heel towards your chest. Now you're going to send the leg all the way back toward a high lunge. And I'm going to invite you to do it really slowly so you can come back via warrior 3, keeping your Garandasana bind or the arms interlaced. And then bend through the standing leg and really lightly or slowly anticipate the back foot pressing down onto the earth. Back heel stays lifted just for a moment, and then press the back heel bone down onto the mat, parallel to the short edge of the mat, and come into your warrior 2 stance. Actively shift your shoulders and your hips to face the long edge of the mat towards the left. Okay, so there's a deep bend through the right knee, and the right knee is tracking towards the pinky edge side of the foot. And lift your elbows up and keep your navel and your core engaged. We're going to hold for 2. If this is easy on your legs, bend your front knee a little deeper and activate. And for 1, we'll release the arms but keep the warrior 2 legs as they are. So extend the arms out nice and long and gaze out over your front index finger. Okay, a bit of a funky extended side angle. We're going to flip both palms to face up and then reach the left arm. This is the back arm up overhead. Keep the right arm where it is and almost like you're holding a beach ball in space. And then a deep bend through the knee. So you're in Parsvakonasana or extended side angle legs. And you don't need to be too low with the chest. Extend the torso forward. This is very strong. We're going to hold for 2. And for one, let's get out of that front leg. You can reverse your warrior, reverse your triangle, straighten through the front leg, and reach the top arm back. So nice, guys. Now, look, come back towards the Trikonasana. We're going to come to half moon. So look down at your right big toe. The right foot stays where it is. You can bend the back leg and step it in halfway. Oh, my mat's really slippery, sorry. And then come down with the right hand. Blocks handy here. Puppy dog's handy for balance too. Reach the right hand down, left leg up. And then take the left arm up in space. Okay, so flex through the left foot and keep the left foot active. Now, if this is a lot and you're just working on balance, please stay here. Otherwise, we can try the bind, come through Chapasana, so you can flex the left foot and bring the left heel towards the left butt. And then reach the left hand to take the outside of the left ankle. Now, if you get the ankle, draw the heel in towards the butt and the knee towards the back of the mat. And then you press your foot back, not up. So it's kind of like a nice bow, but the foot is in line with the hip and the knee. It's not extended up. Wherever you are, one more full breath. Okay, and if you've got the bind, release the back foot. We'll all meet in half moon. We will land the back foot where it came from towards Trikonasana stance. So really slowly, you bend through the right knee and step the left foot all the way back. Now we're going to transition to Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So lift yourself up, turn your back toes, the left toes out 10 degrees, turn the right toes in 10 degrees, and then start to bend through the left knee. Lift the right toes off the mat, send both groin bones back in space, and maybe you can take Namaste or Anjali Mudra. We'll stay here for a full breath. All right, and then see, without using your hands, you'll dance your way back to the front of the mat. So bend through the right knee, transition, and turn forward. High lunge, reach the arms forward and up. And exhale, cactus the arms as you lower the left knee down onto the mat. So nice. Inhale, reach the arms up. Extend it high, and we're going to cactus the arms again. This time, try and squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the heart space up. Okay. Inhale, straighten through the arms. This time, press the palms together in Anjali Mudra above the head, and as you exhale, draw the thumbs down the midline of the body and resting at the heart space. We're coming in towards a twist. So lean forward, take your left elbow and hook it to the outside of the right knee. Okay, press your elbow against the outer upper or inner thigh or just above the knee, and twist the chest towards the right. And then tuck the back toes and pick the back knee off the mat. Okay, we're going to hold for 3. The back leg is straight and strong. The heel is pointing towards the ceiling. For 2, the right knee is still very bent above the ankle at a right angle. And for 1, final trick on this side, guys, look down at your right foot. Keep the twisted bind with the hands, and you're going to bend the back knee and lightly step it forward to meet the right foot. So you're coming into now twisted Utkatasana, just a touch. And then inhale, sit the arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms, hips low, legs on fire. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten legs. And exhale, Tadasana. Okay, just close down the eyes for a moment. How are you all doing? We just have one more side to go before we can start to cool down on this, what was cold, and now for me feeling like quite a warm winter's morning. Okay, so open your eyes and come to the top of your mat. My mat's literally sliding all around my floor. It makes me wish that my whole living room was like a yoga mat. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? Okay. On your next inhale, extend your arms nice and long like a T. This time it is the left arm will go underneath the right arm and you find your bind. So you either cross at the elbows and bring hands to opposite shoulders, or you interlace the fingers and bring the palms together, thumbs facing towards the face. And wherever you are, you'll lift the elbows up. And then maybe you'll just shift the elbows really slightly side to side, or even make little baby circles with the elbows and just release out through the shoulders. Okay. So keeping the arm bind as it is, it's a left foot that will ground onto the mat and you'll come up onto the tips of the right toes. With focus and control, lift your right knee up towards your chest and then slowly make your way back toward a high lunge via warrior 3. So send the right leg back. Catch warrior 3 just for a moment. And then without making a noise, you bring the right foot down onto the earth, bend through the left knee. And then catch crescent lunge. Lift the chest up, arm bind stays as it is. And then as you exhale, you plant the right heel bone down onto the mat. And you shift your shoulders and your hips to face the long edge of the mat. That's it. Now deep bend through the left knee. The left knee tracks out towards the outer edge or the pinky edge of the foot. And if your legs aren't already on fire, widen the stance slightly and bend deeper into that left knee. Actually, everyone just bend deeper into that left knee and keep it tracking outwards. Lift your your elbows up to the height of the shoulders at least. Maybe you'll press your forearms away from the face and we'll hold for one more full breath. On your inhale, you can release. Keep the legs as they are, but the arms separate, and you'll catch warrior 2 just for a breath. Check in with the integrity of your legs and maintain that integrity, maintain that position as you flip the palms to face upwards. And then it's the right hand that will reach up overhead. Left arm stays where it is, and you're coming into almost like you're trying to catch a beach ball above the head. But the legs are in a very strong, stable Parsvakonasana extended side angle position. We're not going to stay here too much longer, just 3 more breaths. Torso is facing up, not down towards the mat. It's facing forward and up. We're going to hold for 2. And for 1. Oh, thank goodness. Come out of there. Inhale, straighten through the left leg. And just reverse your Trikonasana. Okay, so take the right hand down the right thigh. The left arm reaches overhead and feel that length through the left side body. Okay, squaring back up toward a Trikonasana to make our way to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So the left foot stays where it is. You can look down at your left foot. Block's really handy under the left hand if you've got one. You bend through the left knee and step the right foot back in halfway. And then you can reach your fingertips down onto the block or the mat and lift the right leg up. Stack the right hip on top of the left hip. And the right hand is reaching towards the ceiling. Now you'll either stay here and just work on opening up or stacking the hips open and keeping the lifted leg very active while maintaining balance, or to go into the bind, you can engage the hamstring on the right leg, bring the ankle towards the right hip or the right butt, reach for the outer ankle, and then press the heel into the ankle before you press the foot back. And it's a bind, it's a bow back, not up. Wherever you are, stay for 2 more breaths. If you've got the bind, flex the foot. And for 1, inhale, release, come into half moon, we'll all meet there. And then as you exhale, land the right foot back into its Trikonasana position. Lift the body up, turn both toes out 10 degrees and Skandasana into the right leg towards the back of the mat. Okay, so sink the hips nice and low. Both groin bones go back in space and maybe you lift the left toes off the mat. Okay, we'll stay for another breath before we transition and work our way towards the front of the mat, a high lunge. So I'm going to keep my hands up, lift the hips up higher, press into the left foot, and come all the way toward a high lunge, back heel is lifted. And then exhale as you cactus the arms and slowly lower the right knee down onto the mat. And then inhale, extend the arms up overhead. And exhale, you cactus again. This time, try and press the heart up towards the ceiling, forward and up. And then inhale, straighten through the arms. Exhale, palms to palms, and exhale, palms to Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space. As you exhale, you lean forward, you hinge from the hips, and this time it's the right elbow that will hook on the outside of the left knee. Find the hook, press the elbow against the knee and the knee against the outer elbow to open the chest towards the left. The right belly draws back in space. Now keep the twist, keep the bind as you press into the back foot and lift the back knee off the mat. That's it. If you can, level the hips, active through the back leg, and a deep bend through the front knee. One more full breath like this. Okay, and then look down at your left foot and keep that bend through the left knee. You're going to step the right foot forward to meet the left foot and land in twisted Utkatasana. Oop. Okay, hips low. One more breath. And then inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms, sink the hips lower. Inhale, press the legs to straight. Extend the arms. And exhale, Tadasana. Eyes closed, breath in body. Okay, guys, how are we all doing at home? I think it's almost time to get down onto the mat. So if you've had, honestly, enough of standing, please feel free just to sit your butt down and get onto the mat however you feel best. One final challenge for the legs and balance. If you're standing at the top of the mat, reach your arms forward and up and come up onto the tips of your tiptoes. Now pause there and stabilize through the ankles. So they want to wobble, but you're going to hold them glued in imaginary space like you're wearing a really stable pair of platforms. And then keep the feet and the heels as they are, heels lifted, and slowly start to bend the knees and drag your back down an imaginary wall behind you, lowering your hips towards your heels without hinging forward or falling backwards. Okay. And when you reach your hips towards your heels, you can plant your heels down onto the mat, reach the arms forward, and then without making a sound, sit the hips down onto the mat. Okay. And then plant the feet, extend the arms forward, and slowly C-curve the spine, rolling all the way down onto the mat. Okay, we're going to come into two back bends or bridge poses. If wheel is in your practice and you feel like you can come into a wheel right now without guidance, please do. But otherwise, come with me through a bridge pose. Plant the feet, hip distance apart, knees point towards the ceiling. Fingertips down beside you. Press into the feet, neutral spine, and then lift the hips off the mat. Bring the hips up nice and high. Gazing at your ribs as you kick up your shoulders and shimmy your shoulders underneath the shoulder blades and interlace the fingers underneath the back. Press the pinky side of the palms into the mat, and we'll stay for 5 full breaths. So every time you inhale, you can press into your heels and lift your hips a little bit higher. And every time you exhale, try and bring your chest towards your chin. So the inhale lifts the hips high, and the exhale brings the chest towards the chin. One more full breath. And then if you Unlace the fingers, unroll the shoulders, and one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll down. Okay. And then plant your hips onto the mat. Just take a moment here with a neutral spine. Avoid the temptation to hug the knees in towards the chest. Stay for another breath, and we'll set up for our second round of bridge or wheel. If this is all too much, use blocks underneath the hips for a supported bridge, or just sit this one out and knock the knees in towards each other and gently sway the knees from side to side to twist out the back. Otherwise, setting up for round 2, press into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Pick the shoulder blades up and shimmy the shoulders underneath the shoulder blades. Interlace the fingers, press the pinky edge of the palms onto the mat. Arms straight, everything's engaged through the legs. Press into the heels, and as you inhale, lift your hips high. And as you exhale, draw your chest towards your chin. 4 more breaths like this. Also nice. Preparing to come out. Unlace the hands. Unshimmy the shoulders and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Feeling the imprint of each vertebrae as you slowly lower your hips. Okay, take the feet out as wide as the mat, and then knock the knees in, melt the knees to one another, like the knees kiss on the inside. And then you can just windshield wiper, twist your knees to the left, then to the right, and just twist out through the lower back. So nice, guys. Then we'll make our way back up to a seated position. So you can just roll over to one side and sit up, or you can take the back of the legs and gently rock yourself up to a seat. We'll start with the left leg extended and pick the right knee up. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. And then step the right foot. So let me make sure that I did that properly. My left and rights become challenged at this stage of the class. The right leg is extended. The left knee is hugging in towards the chest. Okay, so it's the left foot that will step over the right knee. Okay, and let's start by just taking the left hand behind the left hip, reaching the right arm forward and up, and exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, and we twist. Okay. So both shoulders are down away from the ear. So inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Now, if you've got a bind in your practice, and you can take your right hand and wrap it through the thighs and reach for the bind behind you, feel free to try that, but don't do anything that's going to challenge your shoulders or hurt yourself at this stage of the practice. Then bring my gaze out over the left shoulder and hold for 3. Inhale to find length and exhale to twist for 2. And for 1. If you've got your bind, just unlace the bind, and everyone can just gently untwist and come back through center. Okay, without using your hands, can you pick your left foot up and draw the knee in towards the chest? And then we're going to bring the left foot to the inside of the right groin and come into like a really wide-legged stance. With the left knee bent, foot in towards the right groin, and the right leg extended out nice and long. Your body twists so it's almost in between the knee and the extended leg. The right hand will come down and place inside the right leg, and the left arm will start on the hip and just press the hip down towards the mat and feel that length through the side body. If you can evenly keep both hips onto the mat, you can reach your left arm up overhead. Index finger points forward, palm faces down, and maybe you'll reach for your toe. But this is a maybe, not if you're folding in. You want to stay open and extended up, not shoulders and chest pressing down. One more full breath here, guys. And then use your inhale to lift the chest up through center. We'll take the left hand behind the left hip. Legs stay as they are. Press into the left shin bone and press the hips up. I think this one's called flash dance. It just feels so nice. One more full breath. And exhale to lower down. Okay, the left leg will extend out wide and we'll come into a wide-legged position with the legs. Now, for a lot of us, this will be enough. You might even want to roll your mat up and bring a little bit of height underneath the hips. You can stay with your hands behind you and just lift up through the chest. Keep active through the legs and pressing the backs of the knees onto the mat, shoulders down away from the ears. If you've got the range, you can release the hands behind you and bring the hands forward and walk your hands out in front and fold. I'm always going for like a long spine in these folded positions, so avoid the temptation to round the back and bring the forehead to the ground. It's more about bringing your belly to the mat first, and then the rest can follow. So if you've got blocks, it can be really nice to have a block underneath the head for this folded position for those of us who can't quite pancake onto the mat. So if you're folded forward, you can start to walk your hands back towards yourself and lift the chest up. Okay. And from this position, the right leg will bend and come to the inner left groin. You've got a wide stance and your chest is between the knee, both knees. The left arm bends and you can place the left hand inside the left calf. Start with the right hand pressing against the right hip, externally rotating it down so that both hips can evenly press onto the mat. Either leave your hand there and just keep encouraging it down, or you can sweep your right arm up overhead. And then notice if there's a difference between the right and the left side, and just appreciate that difference. No need to necessarily understand it or rationalize it. And then use your inhale to lift the chest back up. You'll take the right hand behind the right hip, pressing into the right shin, point the left toes and lift the hips up. Flash dance. And exhale, lower hips back down. Okay, the right foot will step over the left knee. Can you do it without your hands? Just pick the foot up. Bring it to the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind right hip. Sweep the arms forward and up. The left arm forward and up. And exhale, bend the elbow and twist. Okay, you can stay here, or if you've got the bind, you can hook your left arm in between the legs and reach the right arm behind you. Only binding if it's safe for the shoulders and keeping length through the spine. And if you've got the bind, unbind, and everyone can just untwist. Uncross the right leg. Just take a look at where you are on your mat. I'm really on quite a funny diagonal. And that's why I think we should all have at least one room of the house that's just full of yoga mats. Okay. Bend the knees, bring the feet hip distance apart, knees bent, hands behind you, index fingers pointing towards the hips. We'll come into a reverse table to finish. Press into the feet, lift the hips up towards knee height. Gazing forward at the knees, or if it's okay for the neck, you can release the neck and just let it fall back. And if your head is back, tuck the chin and bring the gaze forward. And then everyone can lower the hips down and just come to a seated position. So given that we started with so much heat, I'd really love to finish with a little bit of a cooling breathing. So make yourself comfortable. We won't be here too long, but I'm going to grab a block and bring it underneath my hips to elevate the hips above the knee height. So Nadi Shodhana is alternate nostril breathing, and it's a really beautiful way to balance and calm the nervous system. So we'll make a pistol-like shape with the right hand. The pointer finger and the middle finger will go and rest on the third eye. That's the space in between the brows. And then it's the thumb and the ring finger that will hover just over both nostrils. So pressing the pointer in the middle against the third eye, but releasing both nostrils to be free. Let's just all take a deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. One more breath to prepare. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Now place your thumb and press it over your right nostril. And you'll inhale through the left nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Ring finger over left nostril. Release the right nostril and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close with the thumb. Release the left. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. Close left. Release right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Continuing, but adding a slight pause at the top of the inhale. Inhale left. And close the left nostril and bring your attention to your third eye, or the pressure of your fingers against your forehead. And then release the thumb and exhale right. Inhale right. Close with the thumb. Pause, attention on the third eye. Release left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close, attention on third eye. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close, pause, third eye. Exhale, left. Release the hand, but continue with a visualization of alternate nostril breathing. So through the mind's eye, you inhale through the left nostril. Let the breath sit at your third eye. And then exhale through the right. Inhale, right. Pause at the third eye. Exhale, left. Now breath going through both nostrils and meeting at the third eye like a reverse pyramid. So inhale, 2 streams of air travel up, both right and left. And then meet at the tip of the triangle at the third eye. Pause. And then exhale, 2 streams of air out both nostrils simultaneously. So again, the inhale streams through both nostrils, meeting at the tip at the third eye. And exhale through both nostrils. Just take 2 more rounds of breath like that on your own. And then release all effort with the breath and just sit with yourself. We're about out of our shared time. I'm going to invite everyone wherever they are or wherever you are to lay down and have a minimum 5-minute Shavasana. Ideally more if you can. But as a group, we'll pause there. So let's bring the hands together in front of the heart space. Anjali Mudra. Gently tuck the chin. With love and gratitude. Namaste.